this FanDuel.
We are going to go from Sean King to Darren Smith after a quick word from Super Bowl 59. That is FanDuel's presenting sponsor. One game, two teams, endless possibility. There's no better way to make every play more exciting than with FanDuel. Whether you're predicting the first touchdown, who will take home the MVP trophy, or the coin toss, FanDuel makes it easy to place your bets and feel the thrill of every moment. With live betting all game long, you can jump into the action, adjust your bets, and ride the wave of excitement from kickoff to the final whistle. Plus, make the Super Bowl even sweeter. New customers can score $200 when you make your first bet. Just place a $5 bet, and if you win, you get $200 in bonus bets. Download the app and head to FanDuel.com/UCSS and bet with FanDuel, an official partner of Super Bowl 59. And speaking of Super Bowl 59, that is where you can find Darren Smith, friend of the program, who joins us now from Radio Row. What's up, Darren?
Hey, gentlemen, thank you so very much. If it sounds like I'm being held hostage, the reason the public Wi-Fi that they have us using is just horrible. So
come on, NFL, be better.
Just pray for me.
Are you in the garage?
No, it feels like it, but no, we're in the convention center.
I saw that the workroom was in the garage of the Superdome.
Oh, no. Well, the media workroom for the Super Bowl game.
Yeah, but Radio Row is at the convention center. So, I got you. I got you. Okay.
But the media workroom, the media workroom here is upstairs. But I'm on, obviously, Radio Row right now.
Darren, why are the refs for the Chiefs? I couldn't resist that, man. I cannot believe what a story this has become.
It's ridiculous. It's so stupid.
I know the Chiefs have to be sick of hearing about it, but what is everybody else saying about this story?
It's interesting, like the Chiefs are only sick of it because they feel like the media, the public media, or what we do are feeding into it. Now, locally, we're none of it, but the fact that national media are trying to issue when it truly isn't, and the fact that the league and the referee association have to actually address it is what's kind of mind-boggling. But there's, to be honest, there's too much money at risk when people are gambling for for the league to even have that become a storyline.
Well, there are a lot of people that think that's why it is a storyline. It's because of the money to be made off gambling. Yeah. And they keep pointing out the spot and the Josh Allen and this no call and that no call. And I have to say, I'm not a believer in conspiracy theories, and I don't think the league got together and said, all right, guys, every crew go out and put the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I think that's absurd. But I also call this the Atlanta Braves effect. In 1995, when the Cleveland Indians lost the World Series, particularly in Game 6, but also when Maddox pitched in Game 5, the strike zone was just different. I don't care what anybody says. You can physically go back and look at the games. Maddox and Glavine in games 5 and 6 were getting calls that you just don't get. And people would ask me about it. I said, well, either subconsciously or not, guys like that have earned those pitches. And I think it's the same things with the Chiefs. I don't think it's something the league and their officials are consciously doing, but I also think that there's an effect, like with the Braves, that these guys are all-time greats. They're at the top of their game. It's like in the NBA. The home team gets the calls. And I think that could be what's going on here. They're just looking at it as they're the Chiefs, and they're getting calls.
Jay, I actually talked to one of your colleagues, Dan Graziano, this morning here on Radio Row, and one of the things that we both said is that the Chiefs have actually had essentially more time, more weeks of practice than other teams just because of the longevity of their seasons over the last 6 years, so they have more practice time. I also go to the fact that perhaps they're just better coached than other teams, to where you talk about the one-score games that I think 17 in a row that they've won. They've been in every situation, whether they've come back from behind or they've been able to hold a team, block a field goal like they did the Denver Broncos earlier in the season. They've been in so many situations where they don't let other teams, because they haven't been in those situations, make the mistakes on their own, and because of that, that's where a lot of the fans or outside media feel like things keep breaking direction. And I just say, well, they're just a better coached team than most of the teams that they've gone up against.
Yeah, I think there's something to that too. But when it comes to a spot on a third down or a fourth down, that doesn't have anything to do with coaching.
No.
You've got one line judge running in from the side.
That's more objective, but that's on the officials on that one.
Yeah, that's just a different story. Okay, we are kind of struggling with your signal. It's really choppy, but I think we have to get to the game. Tell us how it plays out, and do the Chiefs go into the rare air, the unprecedented air of winning 3 Lombardis in a row?
I'm going to go backwards. Yes, they win 35-31. So we'll start with that so you can have it on the record. I still think it's high scoring. I think the Chiefs actually have a bigger lead, and Philly just closes it up at the end to make it look a little bit more respectable. But I think the first quarter, it would be like a boxing match. Teams will go at each other. Come the second quarter, you'll see all the adjustments that the Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo on defense makes as it relates to Saquon Barkley. And offensively, the Chiefs have been waiting, to be at this point where they are the entire season going into Sunday's game. And so I think you'll see an offensive explosion. If you look back to the AFC Championship game, they should have blown out Buffalo. They were up 7-3, and they were within the red zone to put the ball into the end zone, and Patrick Mahomes had the fumble, and then the other team, of course, Buffalo went back and got a touchdown, and now you got yourself a dogfight. I don't see Kansas City making the type of mistakes that they did against Buffalo in this game right here.
All right, great. Sadly, we have to cut it short, Darren, because the signal's just not great. We love having you on. We love hearing from you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the game, and I'm sure we will catch up with you very soon. Thanks, Darren.
Yeah, and I've already mentioned it to Earl, but I talked to him personally via text, but, my heart goes out to him and his family and you all as well.
Thank you, Darren.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it,
Much
Darren.
appreciated, and I know Earl appreciates it too. That's just a good dude right there.
Yeah.
Darren Smith is just a salt-of-the-earth guy.
You know what
great at his job. Great human being.
Pisses me off, man. Darren's just, come on, man. This is Radio Row, man. Not the fact that he's doing Radio Row, it's the fact that he gets to experience these type games, man.
Yeah,
and
I know.
We
I'm happy for him.
I'm happy, but for
us, it's
like, can you imagine what it'd be like doing a UCSS show from Super Bowl, like for the Super Bowl? Like, we still, it hits you sometime because you know what you got to do. All right, this is looking bad. We know what happens when we miss, and we knew we was gonna probably be up into this spot if you 3-14. But every once in a while, you wake up and it just hits you like, hold on.
Yeah, it would be nice.
We're rebuilding. We're like
again.
Like we're like, it's just like, dang, we're rebuilding.
And what's crazy is like
again.
7 or 8 years after the biggest rebuild in team history. And there are some that will argue that we're actually in a worse spot today than we were in 2017.
Now, Jason, I will tell him, Jason, he spun something the other day. I said, man, you need to go into politics, man. Jason said this is a mini rebuild.
It's 1 year.
He said
it's a 1 year transition.
He said,
I
look,
vehemently disagree.
He
with
said,
that.
I said, I love that transition.
It's a 1 year transition.
It's a 1 year transition,
Man,
not a
for
rebuild.
someone who's dead inside.
Well,
and such a great observationist. I am stunned that you can say this is a 1 year rebuild.
Well, because what I'm saying is, I don't think that they need to do, like, they blew the entire franchise apart a couple years ago when they went 0-16 and when they did 1-31. Mm-hmm. I don't think they have to do that. But I think that they have to be realistic about where they're at. And where they're at is they got a lot of holes on this team. But in the NFL, you can always turn it in 1 year. You don't have to go through this ridiculousness that they went through a couple years ago. But I think, and I'm not saying that they would be Super Bowl contenders in 16. I'm just saying I would look at 15 as a chance to clear cap sheets, eat some pain. 25. Look at 25 as a chance to clear cap sheets, eat some pain, stock up on some draft picks, and launch in 26.
And see, when you said that, I said, well, wait a minute. This year has to count. This was misery.
Oh, this was awful. But this was the car accident.
So like if
25 is healing from the car crash.
If you can get the car back on the road and competing for the playoffs in 2026,
I think in the NFL, absolutely. I think you
wow.
can.
I mean,
but
prove
again,
me wrong.
I'm not saying Super Bowl, but but there's a difference in making the playoffs as a 7th seed with a random quarterback with a Flacco.
Oh, I get that.
And there's a difference in making it with Jaden Daniels.
Sure.
And that's why I'm saying take 25 to reset. Try and find your Jaden Daniels in 26. You got a bigger target. Like, whether or not you agree with everything Sean said or not, he played the position. And everybody seems to agree. This isn't me breaking down these quarterbacks. Everyone seems to agree. 26, you got a better shot at finding a guy than 25. So why are you trying to thread a needle in 25 when there may not even be yarn on there when you can take a better shot in 26? That's all.
At least give me a toy. I like, how you leave your dog at home.
I know, but I loved what he said when he said, if you overreach for a quarterback, you're the Tennessee Titans.
Then you are going to get fired.
You better not miss. And to me, Abdul Carter is the guy that's sitting there.
I'm with you.
That's saying if you need a talent, especially if they trade Myles Garrett, or if they're going to after the draft.
It seems like a slam dunk.
It does.
Draft Abdul Carter, trade Myles again in June after the new year when the cap
less punitive cap wise. Okay, Mike.